the games begin. So, with this episode of Dragon Ball Super, we get a lot of information of what we can expect in this arc. A lot of it was predictable anyway, bringing up the rules and obviously the prizes or no prizes for the winners and losers of the Universal Survival Arc tournament. Now the losers, that's obviously, that was obvious. The losing universes will get erased from Zeno. Goku finally gets the realization, although he doesn't really seem to take a lot of responsibility, because Beerus is like, oh, what are you going to do to take responsibility? And Goku's response is like, oh, I just have to make sure I don't make sure that I have to beat anyone in front of me. That's not really taking responsibility, because innocent people and people have nothing to do with the tournament are going to get erased because Goku wanted this tournament to take place in the first place. And a lot of viewers said about how Goku's usually the protagonist trying to protect the Earth or sometimes the universe. Well, this time he may as well be the antagonist, because what he has done, he has unleashed hell, and there's no way of escape. And Goku did ask, "Can we talk Zeno out of erasing the universes?" And Whis like, "That's not a good idea, because one, that wouldn't work, because the rules are set now. Zeno wants to see this happen because he wants to see a fight. So trying to stop it now would only anger him and piss him off, and we know what would happen." So, and Beerus brings up an interesting point. It's like, and he said this in the previous episode, it's that even though Zeno is considered your friend, if he gets pissed off, he will erase you, and he won't hesitate. So that's the thing Goku's got to remember. Just because he and Goku are tied doesn't necessarily mean Zeno won't get pissed off at somebody else. Let's be honest. Did you notice the preview? Okay, so I guess first off, this episode clarifies that there's going to be a time skip, because he starts off by asking, I guess, Gohan. Well, he tries asking Vegeta, and this is why I get the feeling it's going to be a time skip, because Vegeta's still waiting for Brat or Bulla to be born. So, and we know Vegeta's in the opening. He's taking part in this tournament as well. So some time has to pass after this exhibition match. And a lot of people have got to train, a lot of people have got to join, so it makes sense. So then he goes, Vegeta asks, he comes up with the idea of asking his son. Why don't he ask his son, and he sees Trunks and Goten sparring, he's like, they're not ready for this, and then he just realizes, oh, Gohan. So he asks Gohan. Gohan's like, no at first, because Goku kind of reveals the stakes of this universe, and Gohan's reaction is kind of similar to Beerus, although he doesn't get as lot pissed off, which I'm kind of angry about, because a lot of people you would think who usually like Goku, you got to think that a lot of people being at risk because of Goku's idiocy right here, because Goku wants to fight. He's putting everybody on the earth at risk, even his friends, and Goku doesn't really seem to care all that much. But Gohan was like, what are you going to do to take responsibility for this? And Gohan's like, oh, Supreme Kai and Beerus are already in my face about this, and that's not taking responsibility at all. So they come up with the idea of keeping this on the down low, so nobody on Earth hears about this, because there's going to be a mass riot if there is, especially if they realize that the universe is going to be erased. And Beerus actually kind of says that's kind of a good idea. So they ask Gohan. Gohan says yes, because he asks people he has to protect about. So that's Gohan with priorities in check. At least he's got them in check instead of Goku. Vegeta has as well, and that's the thing. And we know the old school Gohan is going to come back. Actually, Goku kind of like says, "Oh, there's enough time to get your fighting senses back, and you have the potential to get stronger." So we already know this about Gohan. So, and the fact he's already in his old get-up is like hype building for sure. The only thing I wish is he take his glasses off, but I think he will in this fight. Also, Goku asked Boo if he can join. We know what happened the last time Boo decided to take part in the tournament. That was a complete disaster. And Boo accepts, and they bring Mr. Satan along, because Mr. Satan's the only one who can reason with Boo. So then they go to see the other 12 universes, and this is the hype building part of the episode, because we finally get the introduction to the other 10 universes, with the exception of, well, we only got introduction to the Universe 6. We saw Sharper and Bardos. And Goku's like, hey, Sharper and Bardos, remember me? All being casual about it, like this as well. We already seen we've seen part of Universe 10. We've seen the Supreme Kangawazu. He's there. We see the elephant-looking God of Destruction. We see the Kariba looking God of Destruction. That's kind of cool. We see the Cleopatra, I guess, looking God of Destruction, and we also see the Joker, or I guess the clown looking God of Destruction, alongside the Harley Quinn looking angel or slash servant. So we see the God of Destruction, and the Supreme Kai of that Universe 9 looks like a real suspicious motherfucker. He kind of reminds me of Zamasu in a little bit, which is not a good thing. He has that expression, and he started the tournament off with Basil, I guess one of the wolf-looking dudes from Universe 9. He gets up against Boo. Unfortunately, I thought it was going to end up in the same way with Boo with falling asleep. But no, Mr. Satan had some chocolate to wake up Boo, so he says, go play with that doggy. And this is I hope this isn't turned out to what it was last time. And Goku even says, this Basil-looking dude, he looks like he could be a real beast. And he's the kicker, I believe. And that's what he does to Boo. He just straight up kick him into the ground. And it ends with, it seems like Zeno's getting pissed off, but Boo looks like he's down for the count. And then by the end he starts smiling. So I don't know if he can take this or if he's going to get his ass kicked. I personally don't know. It looks pretty interesting, and it's a long time since we've seen Boo fight in an actual one-on-one fight. So I don't know if Boo was actually going to do that. I hope so. Like I said, which universe designs did you like the most when it comes to the characters? Personally, it's too hard to say, but I do look like the Harley Quinn looking servant, and I do like the Cleopatra obviously looking at universe is cool looking as well. The God of Destruction at least, and so we'll have to wait and see. But like I said, there's definitely going to be a time skip involved because one, we know 10 people are taking part from each universe, so only 3 are taking part, and this is an exhibition match, so that's kind of cool. It gives other people to train after this match. I don't know what's going to happen because something that the High Priest brought up was very interesting. I thought, and it's like, well, 2 things were brought up, which I think are definitely going to happen. One, if Zeno gets pissed off or he gets bored in any way, he will just stop the fight and just erase whoever's boring him. He'll just erase their universe on them, just like that. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So that maybe what happens if Boo doesn't put in the work. Because right now, Boo may end up getting his tail kicked and he may not even put up a fight. So I hope that's not the case. But the other thing that caught my attention as well is like, oh, we managed to gather all 7 of the Super Dragon Balls. Shampoo kind collected 3. Beerus gets pissed off about that, and the winner doesn't get anything. He doesn't get any prize. But the fact is, the Super Dragon Balls would not be introduced into this arc if they were not going to be used by the end. So I think, despite what Goku, his actions may take on this tournament with each of the universes being wiped out, I get the feeling that the Dragon Balls are going to be used by the end of this arc to erase the damage. Possibly, I don't know if he's going to fight Zeno or the High Priest, but I don't know, because Goku does. I said this in the previous episode review as well. Goku doesn't really tolerate that kind of stuff, and reasoning won't work either because he wants to see this fight. If they try to anger Zeno, they're just going to get erased on the spot. So they need to do something, and the only thing that could erase that is the Dragon Balls, unless he destroys the Dragon Balls as well. And in that case, they're fucked. So I don't know. It's just one idea I came up with, but it would be a neat idea to clean up the damage at the end. Already shifting to high gear with this exhibition match, so I can't wait for that. Gohan's going to have his chance to shine as well. So once he puts down the shades, he's probably going to go beast mode. Even though he's not in my top 5 characters, I still want to see what Gohan can do. Whether or not he goes Mystic or not, I really don't care. But Gohan's got to put in the work as well as everybody else, so I can't wait for that. That's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts down below. Whose design did you like the most? Again, I'm going with the Harley Quinn looking servant as well as the Cleopatra looking God of Destruction. The Kariba one looking is very odd but very cool looking. So I can't wait to see what these other universities can do in the actual tournament. So subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.